So, would you explain your position in the innovation and technology European reality, let's say?
I'm Martin Kern. I'm the director of the EIT, the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. EIT is part of Horizon Europe, Europe's so far largest research and innovation framework program. And the EIT's mission is to support knowledge and innovation communities which are focused on societal challenges. And societal challenges we are tackling are related to climate change, sustainable energy, digitalization, health, raw materials, food, manufacturing and urban mobility, and since last year also in the field of culture and creativity. These knowledge and innovation communities are doing different types of activities, in particular entrepreneurship, education, business creation and innovation. And the idea is to bring together different partners, stakeholders in Europe to overcome fragmentation, to work together to accelerate the way in Europe we bring innovation to the market. We've been doing this since 2010, successfully, I believe, as by now thousands of products and services have been put on the market by the EIT knowledge and innovation communities, and some of them products and also companies have become unicorns, 8 of them by now. And one of the special missions of the EIT, or special features of EIT, is that not only have we successfully brought on the market successful innovations, but also the knowledge and innovation communities themselves are designed to become self-sustainable, so they will continue their activities without the funding of the EIT. Since we have grown into Europe's largest innovation ecosystem in the recent years with more than 2,400 partners, also there is a lot of activities that are done at EIT level, at EIT community level, in particular skills development programs. For example, the latest has been the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, where we have set the ambition of training 1 million deep tech talents in the next 3 years.
Let's start with some examples. Give us some examples of these success unicorn stories so that people can relate, let's say.
One example is Northvolt. They have set out to produce the world's greenest batteries. They started a few years ago with basically the idea. Some talents, engineers coming back from Tesla, from the US, and saying we can also build such gigafactories and battery production in Europe. They have been supported at an early phase by EIT Energy when they were still far from producing those batteries. By now they have grown into one of the biggest players in Europe in this field. They attracted large-scale investments. They have reached unicorn status and have production sites in Sweden and even outside of Sweden, turning into one of the big players in this field. Another example we saw this morning together, they're still earlier in their journey but on a good path, is Celeros. Here in Valencia, which is a Hyperloop company, one of the 3 Hyperloop companies in Europe. And they have gone again from enthusiastic students with ideas, supported very early on by EIT Climate Kick, helping to shape their ideas, turning them into a business, into a startup, and by now have been growing in their ambition. You have seen their lab this morning, and they're one of the players who could continue to put on the market this breakthrough technology. So they're over 40 staff by now and already have also received substantial investments, again supported more recently by EIT Energy, one of the first knowledge and innovation communities of the EIT.
You talked about talent. Talent seems to be gold these days, and practically the last 4 or 5 years. And talent is attracted by other magnets, other superpowers, emerging or existing. So give us an example of how this initiative and other initiatives probably, and a philosophy, of a European philosophy is formed so that we keep talent here or we attract talent.
Talent has always been essential for innovations, entrepreneurs. Without exceptional talents, you will not have great innovations, great companies. But what's different in recent years is that technology progress has been very fast. New technologies such as AI that are now driving innovation across all the sectors need, of course, the trained people with the skills and the mindset that can turn these technologies into solutions, into innovative product services. So the speed of the need for skilled talents have accelerated and goes beyond what traditional education systems can provide. That's why, having recognized this need, we have created the Deep Tech Talent Initiative, where we set out to train 1 million talents. That sounds very ambitious, but actually we have seen a very, very strong reaction from training providers, from companies, from universities who have joined our pledge. And we hope by training 1 million talents at all levels of education, from schools to universities, but also to professionals and in industry as well, they can help to create a talent pool in Europe that will create the future companies and drive the future innovation. So like that, we hope to make a direct contribution to remain competitive in Europe, especially in new technology areas.
So an example also of how all countries can contribute. For example, Greece, where I come from, is a small country. Could you please give us an idea of how smaller countries can be incorporated in these initiatives, and are they being incorporated?
They are very much. EIT has a dedicated initiative to also attract countries which have lower or more modest innovation capacity, such as Greece. There is the Regional Innovation Scheme of the EIT. It has seen, especially in the last 2-3 years, an enormous uptake and increased participation in the EIT, but that also means at European level innovation activities. A prime example of that is that one of our relatively new innovation communities, EIT Manufacturing, has actually lately opened a CLC office, but also a co-location center in Athens in Greece, meaning that they now have the possibility for a much stronger participation in different EIT activities. So while Greece in the beginning didn't participate a lot, and now it's there, which also means the companies, the students, the startups in Greece, they can use these connections to European level programs to internationalize, to find markets, to attract investments, which is often something very much needed in a country like Greece.
Is there a specific area in which Greece can contribute? Is there, so far, do you see any, let's say, specialities in the talent and in the science pool and let's say the brain pool Greece has? And is that something you will, let's say, incorporate more?
We have seen, particularly now in manufacturing, this very strong interest, but of course manufacturing these days is very much driven by new technologies, be it robotics, be it artificial intelligence. So we see a strong basis. We see some strong universities, but also business partners in this field, and we hope, of course, through our activities we can encourage more of that to happen.
What would you say to a 13 or 14-year-old European kid, let's say, from your position, regarding all these things we have discussed, who is considering his or her options about what to do in the future? If you had, let's say, all these million children contemplating what to do in the future, what would you tell them?
Depends on their interest. Of course, kids should pursue their interest, but I think one area which will be driving the future of children at that age will be certainly to understand and be interested in new technologies, and particularly to be interested how they can be used in solve societal challenges, because from experience, especially young people feel very concerned about the future, about the impact that climate change will make on the planet, for example. Topics that have been risen up the agenda, for example, sustainable energy or critical raw materials, also shaped by geopolitical developments. So children who are concerned by that and who want to make a contribution of that are well placed to pay attention, to understand technologies and see how they can be used in a positive way to solve societal challenges. So I would encourage them to develop a skill set in this field and be fit for future.
Fit for the future. This is a difficult thing. So we live in an innovate or die, let's say, era now. Globally, what do you think?
Sorry?
Do we live in an innovate or die era? You know, globally, die is a bit dramatic, but you understand what I'm saying.
I wouldn't use such dramatic terms. I think innovation is certainly a big factor if we want to solve the big societal challenges. For example, if Europe wants to be climate neutral by 2050, this cannot be achieved without innovation. So it is very, very important to be interested and to contribute to that, and this is what the EIT tries to do.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Yeah.
Just in time.